today is future of work in the context of automation, artificial intelligence. How is this future of work is going to transform? What's going to emerge? What are we going to see in the near future? And I will at the end talk about the HR agenda, because this is an HR summit. With everything that's going to happen around us, what role HR is going to play in the new scheme of things. So when we talk about future of work, when we talk about automation, artificial intelligence, the future of work, what comes to your mind? I've got 4 statements for you. I would request you to raise your hands, based on which statement resonates with you, right? So if the first statement resonates with you, the future will bring exciting possibilities. But you can't raise your hands twice. You have to raise your hand only for one of these 4 statements, right? So if the first one resonates with you, please raise your hand. Okay, a few hands have gone up. The second one, I'm confident I shall be successful in this new world. Good, a few more hands have gone up. I am worried and nervous about the future. Oh, that's really good. Okay, one hand is going up. That's really great, right? You are speaking your mind and then you are transparent. The last one, I don't want to think too far ahead. Let me focus on my present. All right, a lot of hands have gone up. All right, so that kind of sums up the mood in this conference, in the audience, right? We all look at the future very differently. Some of us are excited. Some of us believe that it's going to bring lots of possibilities for this world. And some of us think that, well, in this new world, I have a great future. I am going to shine, excel, make a difference to this world. I'm an innovator, creator. I can bring about changes to this world. Many of us really think we're worried. And some of us think, why care about the future? Let's live in the present. I don't think too far ahead. I really want to focus on my present. Okay, that's interesting. Now, before we talk about future of work, let's understand what's happening around us. I think that's very important, because the future of work is going to be influenced by what's happening in this world. There are a few things that are happening, and all of us are aware. Disruption, fierce competition, that's going to shape this future. Because when you talk about future of work, to a great extent it will be shaped by this. Disruption is all driven by innovation, technology, technological breakthroughs, evolving expectations of customers, fierce competition. That's going to drive the way the new organization will be structured. Hierarchical organizations will melt away. Large corporations will get dissolved. Smaller, more agile, nimble organizations will emerge in the future. There are demographic shifts. The world population is aging. That's a shift that we are seeing. Rapid urbanization. In the next 3 to 5 years, 57% of the workforce will be in the large, big cities of the world. Shifts in economic power. We talk about India is already the 5th largest economy, going to become the 3rd. US may not remain the largest economy, and so on. So there are a lot of shifts that we're going to see in that space. Resource scarcity. I'm not talking about talent scarcity. I'm talking about fossil fuel. I'm talking about natural resources, water. There's going to be a depletion of all of that. And we're also going to see climatic changes. So who's going to talk about future of work? Who's going to talk about future of livelihood? Because the question is going to be future of life. Are we going to survive? If you survive, then we talk about work. And the last one probably is not visible to many of you, because our esteemed panelists are covering that, which is careers are not linear anymore. They are actually lateral. What does it mean? Probably many of us who belong to Gen G would agree that careers used to be linear. Education, employment, retirement. Now it's not going to be like that. So I was talking to my son yesterday, who is in Netherlands and he just started working, and he tells me that, Dad, I want to retire at the age of 35. I said, what? He said, yes, I don't want to be like you, who probably will work till the age of 60. I would retire at the age of 35. So that's how the careers are going to shape up in future. People will study, they will halfway through their education, they'll pick up a job, they'll work for some time, they will take a break, go back, complete their education, come back to work for some time, then go back, start a probably startup, work there for some time, run it for some time, retire, take a sabbatical, go on a world tour, come back and do something else. So that's how the careers are going to emerge in the near future. Now the question is, what will happen? The writing on the wall is very clear. 50% of jobs that humans perform today will be taken over by machines, by automation, by artificial intelligence in the next 3 years. That's the prediction. So that means that a lot of jobs will go away. So that's the bad news. The good news is a lot of new jobs will emerge, right? So 10 years ago when I used to drive, go to my friend's place or a party with my wife sitting next to me, and then she was my she was helping me. When I reached the place and want to park my car, she probably would get down and then say, turn left, turn right, move a little back. Not only stop, go back again, and then there is a pillar that you are likely to hit, and so on. With now, the cars coming with sensors, cameras, etc. I don't need my wife as a subject matter expert anymore, because my cameras, they will tell me how do I really exactly park the car. But while this could be bad news for my wife as a subject matter expert, but now she has more time when I'm still reversing the car, so you can still be on a WhatsApp, send a few messages to her friends and so on. So what does it mean? It essentially means that while some jobs are going away, it creates opportunities for us to do something else. So in every conference, they talk about AI taking away jobs. They also say that AI creating more jobs that never existed before. 2 years ago, we did not hear about something called prompt engineering, right? That is a very talked about topic today. We have prompt engineers. We have today, a role called AI auditor. We have a role called AI governance head. These roles did not exist before, right? So these are new roles which are emerging while some roles are going away. And I'm bringing more examples from the IT industry because I belong to that industry. And there are emergence of new roles. While we know that GitHub Copilot is making coding easier, and then coding has really been automated, but we really know that we need a good number of experts in Python, in data science, in analytics, in AI, computer vision, and we are not getting people. We're not getting that talent in the industry, which means there are so many new jobs which are emerging. While automation, AI is taking away jobs, there are new jobs which are emerging. But there are some set of jobs which will never be taken away, or at least not in the foreseeable future. These jobs will not go away. And I've categorized them into three. If we're talking about blue-collar jobs, then non-repetitive jobs will always remain, right? So, for example, kind of hammering a nail, if it is not a non-repetitive job, it will still remain. Fixing a toilet, it will still remain. Those jobs probably will not be taken away because you will still not need that kind of expertise. Jobs that need understanding of human beings. jobs that require emotions, jobs that require empathy, compassion, and people who kind of specialize in that will remain. During COVID time, a friend of mine approached me and he said, my teenage son has really become aggressive. I need a counselor, a child counselor, or a teenager counselor. And I reached out to my contacts. I reached out to several of them. And they gave me many leads. And I probably spoke to about 20 of them. All of them are booked for the next 6 months. So the job of counselors, I could not find a counselor for my friend's son. Right? So people who understand human emotions, who understand human beings, their jobs will remain. I don't think they're going to go away in the near future. Jobs that require imagination, creativity. Hariharan was giving a great example today, right? Amazon, the example that he was sharing. So AI cannot imagine for you. It'll give you data. It'll talk about, share the data back with you that you're fed the tools. But jobs that will require imagination, I don't think they're going to go away in the near future. Now, actions that we need to take, because it's everything else that I spoke about is more theory, you'll find it everywhere. But what we need to do, what are the best practices? I think there are 3 questions that we should ask. As leaders, as HR leaders, as business leaders, as people leaders, we have started doing that in our organizations. And we go back and ask these questions, 3 questions every 6 months, right? Because in the tech industry, the life cycle of job is, every 6 months, the skill gets, it gets repurposed, it changes, the jobs get repurposed and so on. So 3 questions we keep asking all the time. The first question is, which new jobs will be created? We ask our practice heads, or sector heads, domain heads, in your space, what new jobs, which new jobs will be created? Tell us what are the new jobs. And how would you reskill people? Because there are completely new jobs. The second question is, which jobs will be repurposed in your sector? Jobs will remain, but the job will have a completely different shape and look, right? So if you are a digital marketer, if you're a digital marketing specialist, that role will be repurposed completely. Now you would know how to you leverage social media, how to leverage AI to do your marketing. Then how are you going to upskill your people whose jobs are getting repurposed? The third question is, which jobs will be eliminated in your sector, and how are we going to cross-skill? Because those people will not be, because if the jobs are going away, then their skills are also no longer relevant, right? Like the truck driver that Anil was talking about, if the job of driver doesn't exist, then driving as a skill is not going to help. Then you probably have to cross-skill in some other, and then that guy probably has started learning how to code. Coding is a skill that he is picking up. So how are we going to cross-skill, and how are we going to out-skill? What does it mean? Because if you cross-skill people on jobs that do not exist in your organization, is not going to help. But you are responsible for your people. You can't tell them get lost. Your job is no longer there, and we cannot skill you for anything else. So you find something for yourself. As organizations, HR leaders, is your responsibility to cross-skill for opportunities within your organization. Also skill them for jobs outside your organization. We don't think about that. We think our job is to kind of help them find another job within the organization. If there is none that existing, we just say goodbye to them. But I don't think that's something that we should really own it up. So skilling is the new mantra. Skilling is the new currency. Skill, when I say skilling, it is about upskilling, reskilling, and cross-skilling, and outskilling. Outskilling is essentially skilling your people for jobs outside the organization. Skills needed to thrive in the future. As leaders, we'll have to also make sure that our people, irrespective of everything else, they need to make sure that our people have digital literacy. Our people have data interpretation skills. When I say data interpretation skills, it goes beyond tables and charts and numbers. It's really being able to contextualize data and kind of really make predictions, analysis, draw insights, ethical judgment, being comfortable with discomfort. The world will continue to change. It's not just going to change for the next 3 years or 5 years. It will continue to change all the time. Any age group, any segment, any people, everybody needs to be comfortable with discomfort all the time. The last one, of course, is emotional intelligence. The HR agenda for the new world. I think the most important one is for HR, the most important thing is to understand the future of work. HR has to understand how are machines and human beings going to work together, right? And what kind of HR strategy, people strategy you're going to put together to make sure that this happens seamlessly. Catch your talent young. As organizations, as HR leaders, as CHROs of organizations, it's your strategy to attract the best talent, and the best way to do that is to catch them young. Go to universities, go to schools, go to colleges, partner with them to prepare talent for the future. Build networks for your people. Within your organization, build those networks where people can seamlessly collaborate with each other, with experts, with your clients, with your partners, with your suppliers. So build networks where people can connect with each other within and outside the organization. Relook at how we attract, retain, develop and grow talent. Protect people and not jobs. So sometimes we try to protect jobs, but I think as HR leaders, our agenda, charter should be to protect our people, because future of work is not just about future of livelihood, it's about future of life. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.